Alright you guys, so in today's video I'm going to be doing makeup on somebody else, obviously, and I'm just going to start off by applying a transition shade. I do not know the exact names of the shadows that I use because I was using all individual shades from my freelance kit, but you can just use similar shades if you wanted to recreate this look. I am starting off with primed eyes. I primed them with a regular eyeshadow primer and then went over them with concealer to hide any discoloration, and I also did fill in the brows. For the brows I used a Salon Perfect brow pencil in blonde or taupe. It was one of those two, I can't remember. But anyways, I'm just starting off with like your typical transition shade, just like a nice warm light brown, and I'm just applying that into the crease with a fluffy brush. And now I'm going to highlight underneath the brow bone. For this I did use the shade Vanilla by MAC Cosmetics. I do remember that. But yeah, I'm just highlighting the brow bone just to lift the brow up a bit, and you know, it's always good to highlight the brow. I feel like that's a step that sometimes people skip, but it makes such a difference. Now I'm going in with a darker brown. This was like a true chocolatey brown, and I'm putting this in the outer corner and really blending it into that transition shade. I just wanted to add some depth to the eye. So yeah, you're just gonna want to apply that with a fluffy brush. Alright, so now to deepen up that corner even more, the outer corner, I'm going to apply a darker brown. It's very important when you're doing a smoky brown eye to use different variations of brown shadow and just get darker as you go. That's going to help you get that really smoky gradient effect. And then I'm just taking a clean blending brush and I'm just diffusing the edges of the shadow. And then I'm going to go in and use my MAC Soft Ochre paint pots, and I'm going to use this to create my lid space or cut the crease, whatever you want to call it. This is also going to help the eyeshadow stick a lot better. And I'm just using that kind of like halfway in, and then I'm going to go in with the shade Aziza from the Juvia's Place Saharan 2 palette. This is one of my favorite eyeshadows. I love it. It's like a white, yellow, gold, and the shimmer in this is so beautiful and it's so pigmented and creamy. And I'm focusing that on the inner corner, and since she has blue eyes, this is really going to help them pop and just make them look even more vibrant. Alright, so once I have that first shadow on, now I'm going to go in. This was like a blush tone shadow. It was really pretty. I wanted to add something a little bit unexpected, and I'm just applying that in the center of the eye and blending it in with the white gold and blending it also in with the shadows on the outer corner. It's just a little hint of blush, nothing crazy, but I really like the way it looked. Now I'm going to go in with some black gel liner. I was actually using the e.l.f. gel liner. That's actually not a bad gel liner. The only con to it is that it does dry down pretty fast, but I do like it on my clients. So I'm just applying a line across the eye, no wing. Just a little tip, sometimes it's hard to really get in there with the eyeliner. have your client open but look down. That's going to help you get in between those lashes. If their eye is closed, it's a little bit harder to get into those hard to reach areas. Alright, now I am going in with a felt tip liner just to make that line a little bit darker. So yeah, you don't have to do this, but I just felt like the eyeliner needed a little bit more intensity. Now with a matte black eyeshadow and a small pencil brush, I'm just going to define the outer V a little bit more and add, I just wanted it to be a little bit more smoky. Anytime you add black to any look, it's definitely going to make it more intense and smoky, and that's what I was going for. You see the eye on the left without the black is much softer, but I like a little bit of smokiness, so I just was kind of creating like a nice elongated eye shape. Since I didn't do a winged liner, I'm kind of using the eyeshadow to create a wing slightly. But yeah, you're just going to want to deepen up the outer corner and then blend the edges. Alright, now with a pointy Q-tip, these things come in handy so much. They just help create like a really nice sharp line. So I just took a little bit of makeup remover and just cleaned up the outer edges of the shadow. This is also great if you did wing liner. You can really clean up the wing with these pointy Q-tips. Now I'm just priming the face. I'm using the Eve Pearl Prime and Moisturize something, I forgot what it's called, but it's basically a primer and moisturizer in one. It just helps prep and smooth the skin. So I just put that all over the face, and then I'm going to use a mixture of two foundations. I'm using the NYX Total Cover Foundation in Light and the Face Atelier foundation in, I believe it was shade 2. So I just mix the two together. The NYX Total Cover Foundation is coverage, or whatever it's called, I forget. It's going to help give a little bit more coverage, and the Face Atelier Foundation is just going to help kind of like make the application a little bit smoother and easier. She does have very good skin, so it's not like she needed a ton of coverage. But I'm just taking that with a flat brush, I'm applying it, and then I'm pushing it in with a kabuki brush. Now with my MAC concealer, I'm using the Light palette, their Pro concealer palettes, and I'm just highlighting underneath the eyes and the center of the face. And yeah, I was just using like a little mini kabuki brush. I like this concealer a lot. I've been using it, and I have to say, it does cover nicely. At first, I really wasn't sure how I feel about it, but now I'm liking it. And then don't forget to set underneath the eyes. Of course, I was using my RCMA No Color Powder, and I just used my beauty sponge to really pack it on underneath the eyes to help set everything in place. And then I set the center of the face with that same powder. And now I'm going to take a powder by Beach Cosmetics. It's their like matte foundation powder or something like that. I forget. It's their Studio Pro powder. And I'm just taking that and applying it on the like sides and basically the areas I didn't apply the RCMA powder. And now I'm just contouring a little bit. I was using my Morphe contouring palettes. I think it's like the 9C or something. I don't know, I could be wrong. It's one of their contour palettes, and I'm just contouring the nose and the cheeks and all of that. I know it looks really harsh, but I blend that out, so don't worry. Now I'm taking my Anastasia blush palette, and I'm taking the one directly under the brightest pink. I really love these blushes. I can't put this palette down. I've been using it like every day. And then I'm taking the Mary Luminizer by The Balm, and I'm just highlighting the tops of the cheekbones and, you know, all those areas you highlight. This has to be one of my favorite all-time highlighters, especially on clients, because it just applies so nicely. I like the way it applies even better than my Anastasia highlights. I think the formula of this is just amazing. So I just applied that, and now I'm just applying a nude liner in the waterline. Nothing too crazy, just a very, very light layer of it. And then I'm going in with a dark brown shadow and just connecting the lower lash line to the outer corner of the eye and just kind of focusing that dark shadow on the outer corner. Now I'm brightening up the inner corner of the eyes. You can just see it just makes such a difference. And I believed I used the color Now and Zen from ColourPop. It's like a really pretty white gold. It's similar to the color Aziza, but it has more of like a white to it, not such a yellow. I just love that color. So anyways, now I'm taking like a bronze shade and just putting it like towards the inner corner of the eye. Just so it just wasn't shadow on the outer corner and that's it. I wanted, you know, to make sure it looked uniform. And now I'm taking lashes and applying those. I use a pair from Amazon. Yeah, I don't know the exact style, but any lashes will do. Like the Ardell Demi Wispies are definitely a go-to for many makeup artists, so you can use those if you'd like. But I was just using what I had. Moving on to lips, I am going to apply the Milani lip liner in, I believe this is the color Spice. This is an awesome lip liner and it's very inexpensive. The only downside is I feel like you go through it very fast. It's just a very creamy pencil, so I feel like you have to sharpen it a lot, but it's very pretty. And then I was using my Anastasia lip palette and just kind of creating like a concoction of like a brown nude shade. And then I topped it off with the ColourPop gloss in Curvy. And yeah, that was it for the lips. This is her reaction to the makeup. This girl does not wear makeup like ever. So she was like shocked about how it looked. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will definitely do more videos like these. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all, or whatever. I feel like that's weird to say I'll see you all, but you know what I mean. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.